Barrington mashing with prison photos on my wall of real niggas from Dago to the Bay. And my little homies up on Eminem and CYA. Original frontliner photo set I've been smashing. Was French braided and tatted up before the shit was a fashion. Broad daylight in the streets up at the four corners blasting. The head of the pack when gang feud required niggas to be scrapping. I know the truth on Easter bangers up at the park who be acting. I am the truth, known in the set cause of the way I be bracketing. Earn my respect from Southeast reputables that's knowing what's happening. It's the age of 12 I hug the block flag out the khakis that's sagging. Most niggas is rhyming and bragging, but me I speak on ghetto protocols. Never run and leave a homie, never cooperate with the law. Even when most niggas switching, the odds is against you. Stay G about it, nigga, and Lil Spank riding with you.
LA County is just, you got 3 juvenile halls. You got Sylmore, Los Padrinos, and Central. And that's the 3 juvenile halls in LA County. You mainly go there just to see when you fighting your case. If you go to placement, you know what I mean? If you go to juvenile camp, or you go to youth authority, or you go home. But that's basically where you fight a case, where you just sitting there like you in LA County jail versus the pen. I'm sitting here until I figure out where I'm going. So that's basically what our juvenile hall system is.
So what was it like transitioning from juvenile hall to California Youth Authority?
Man, it was it's something totally different, man. Going into youth authority is like a whole different world. It's a whole different world. So when you first get to youth authority from juvenile hall, you go to Norwalk. It's called SRCC, Southern Reception Clinic Center. And that's where you do like your first 30 to 60 days there till you find out where you're going. You do like a lot of testing, you know what I mean, mental health, they evaluate mental health and just all that stuff, and then where your age is to see where you're going. And then, so when we first got there, we pulled up from Los Padrinos in a van, and there was like 2-3 vans there before us from other juvenile halls. And it's just like a big old fence you see in brick walls. Everybody already look grown. Nobody really looks like a kid. And gang banging is at its all-time high in there. As soon as we got into there was a tank. It was about 10 men Hispanics, 15 Crips. I'm the only blood that came from juvenile hall, from my juvenile hall. So when we pulled in there, everybody hitting you up, where you from. So you got to stand your ground, represent where you from. And if you got a name, you know what I mean, you ain't really got to do too much. But if you don't got a name, you know, you got to make one, you know? So you got to think about it. Everybody that's coming from LA County is going to SRCC. Everybody from San Diego County is going to SRCC. So this is all Southern California, not just LA County, the whole Southern California. So when you get to Pico, there's a unit that's like an orientation, and when you walk in, it's a little window like this, and then it got metal. And everybody's banging on the doors, everybody's kicking on the doors, everybody's asking you where you from as you walking through. So the vibe at juvenile hall is not like that. Juvenile hall, everybody's quiet, you know what I mean? They do their thing, but ain't nobody disrespectful like that. This place, everybody's disrespectful.
So you spoke on a cottage called Cabrillo. What was it like there?
Cabrillo was a jungle within a jungle. It was about ages from 12 to 15, and everybody was just super active. You couldn't tell nobody nothing. The police in that unit could barely control us. People fight their cellies all day, flood their cells with all the water go in the hallway, spit on staff, you know what I mean? Jumping in line, going to chow hall. People would hit you with a battery in the sock, and you know what I mean, while you walking to going to chow. Cabrillo was just wild, man. Like, it was getting you ready for Nellis. You know what I mean? That's what Cabrillo was. Everybody in Cabrillo was either going to OH Close, a Y up north, or you was going to Nellis. And that was for the worst of the worst. That's how Cabrillo was.
So
I hear that money talk, so I get it. I hear that money talk, so I get it. I hear that money talk, so I get it.
Nellis was more hands-on fighting, squabbles every day, all day. You know, on site, running the classroom, you see your enemy. go behind the handball court, you know what I mean, if you have a problem with somebody on your unit. But none of us was just fights all day. A lot of mind games, a lot of people manipulating you, trying to manipulate you, you trying to manipulate them. You know, staff, people will probably burn your locker. You know, if you was a mark, a buster, you know, Nellis, they'll, you know, steal your soap, steal your soup. And then you will get up in the day room and throw a fuck or something. Like we will say, fuck your dead homies, whoever stole my shit. And whoever don't answer to that fuck, we go get them. You know what I mean? So if you stole it and he threw a fuck, you have to rush him on sight. It ain't no going behind. You got to get off right there. Paso was different because, man, Paso was different. Paso was about ages 16 to 18. And Nellis was 12, 16, 17. You can stay there till 18, but when you get 18, you're moving. But Paso was in the dorms. You'll find a lot of riots. A lot of people, you see my eyebrow right here. I got hit when I was asleep with a sock and a battery. You know what I mean, while I was asleep. It's a lot of battery packing, a lot of racial riots. That's a place where, you know, Crips and Bloods, they, you know, we fight our rival enemies, but we do come together against the Hispanics when it's racial tension going on, and that was a place that had a lot of racial tension. But they got a place called Gym TD for you when you do get in a riot, you know what I mean, in your cottage. And when you go there, it's the worstest place I ever seen in YA. It's a gym, and they handcuff you with your hand behind your back. You gotta lay on your stomach for hours. When it's time to pee, and the police don't like you, they won't let you go to the bathroom until you pee on yourself. If you didn't listen, they'll put a helmet on your head and spray mace in it, and so you can just burn. You know what I mean? They make you sit on your knees with your hands behind your back until your shoulders just get numb and you can't feel them no more. There was a lot of torture in Paso, you know what I mean? And people that have been there know what I'm talking about. But Paso was like, that could break you or make you. It was one of them type of YAs. You know, that's the difference right there with me, man. You got to read the book, you know what I mean, to get the more details of.
Got a lot of niggas who know real like me. Been through the pain I've been through, like me. And I bounce back every time. Everything I rap about.
So they say you're writing a book. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I'm writing 3 books. My first book's gonna be about me running away from home, joining a gang, Pyro gang, and entering the juvenile, correctional, and youth authority system, and staying there most of my juvenile life. Part 2 will be about me getting out of youth authority, getting shot 11 times. My mother worried about me, sending me out to Vallejo, California. And then from there, I go to San Quentin State Prison. And I talk about the prison life. And the book 3 will be about me getting out of prison, level 4, going to Portland, Oregon, getting in trouble out there, and then eventually changing my life and to where I'm at now today.
A little Spank riding with you. About it, even if it kill me.